And we are moving again from Canada and Alaska to Guyana in South America.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's your stage.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Colin Ross. I will be presenting on behalf of Golden Shield Resources today. We are an early-stage gold explorer based in Guyana and South America. As always, I'll be making some forward-looking statements. In terms of why we invest in junior exploration company, I think it comes down to three major factors. An experienced team operating in a favorable jurisdiction with a strong and proven portfolio of projects. And we at Golden Shield believe we have all three. We're backed by a seasoned technical team with a proven track record in not only South America, but the world. We're operating in a favorable jurisdiction in Guyana. It's stable, growing with a favorable regulatory environment and a well-established mining law. And we have a strong portfolio of 3 projects, 100% owned, with major near-term catalysts for discovery. In terms of our share structure, we only have 27.2 million shares outstanding. We only went to list in February of this year, so we are brand new to the market. We have a working capital of around $1 million, and fully diluted, we sit around 33.1 million shares outstanding. In terms of our market cap, as of this morning, we did have a market cap of 16.5 million. In terms of our technical team, our team is led by Executive Chairman Leo Hathaway. He's had great success with Ross Beatty over the past 20 years, and he is really leading the capital market side as well as adding his technical experience. Our technical team is led on the ground by Dr. Colin Porter. He has over 25 years of experience in West Africa, and he's brought his talents to the other side of the Atlantic in Guyana, in the Guyana Shield. But really the cornerstone of our team is Mr. Hilbert Shields. Mr. Shields is the former VP Exploration of Golden Star. They had a large portfolio of projects across the Guyana Shield as a whole. He was on the discovery team of the Omai mine, which was at one time the largest mine operating in Latin America, and he was also on the discovery team of the Rosabelle deposit, which is operated by IAMGOLD. In terms of why we're in Guyana now, as many of you may know, an oil discovery was made in 2015, and this has led to a rapid economic revolution within the country. This year alone, it's projected that GDP will increase by 48.7%, and what we're hoping that will do is add increased infrastructure to the country, which will add increased infrastructure for exploration. It also is a stable English-speaking country. It has a British parliamentary law system and a stable mining act, which has been in place since 1984. As well, the Mining Act that has been in place in 1984 has established a long history of bauxite, gold, and diamond production. In fact, before the oil discovery, gold production accounted for almost 1/5 of the GDP of Guyana. And why we believe it is the right time for us is there is an increasing level of M&A and JV activity within the country, especially a strong signaling from Barrick, who opened a country office in 2021 in Georgetown. But Zijin also acquired Guyana Goldfields for $323 million in 2020. And Gran Colombia just purchased Toroparu from Goldex in 2021 for $315 million. So there is really some moving potential in Guyana, and we believe we're perfectly situated to take advantage of that. In terms of the geological hypothesis as to why we are in Guyana, the same greenstone belts that can be found in Africa are also in the Guyana Shield on the other side of the Atlantic. They've just been separated by the opening of the ocean. But however, there is a large discrepancy in the total ounces discovered. Only roughly half of the total ounces occur in the Guyana Shield as opposed to the West African Birimian Shield. And that's likely due in part to infrastructure within the country, but as well as exploration dollars spent. Last year alone, in 2021, the exploration budgets in the Guyana Shield accounted for only 11% of the exploration budgets in the West African Shield. So there is significant potential for growth, and we believe there is significant potential to discover many multi-million ounce deposits to make up that discrepancy. In terms of where we are, we have 3 100% owned projects, Arikaka and Fish Creek to the northwest. Fish Creek is 10 kilometers to the west of Arikaka. Arikaka is a prolific historical artisanal mining district and is a district-scale exploration potential. It's a huge land package, 177 square kilometers. Fish Creek has a projected 100,000 ounces that have been extracted by past artisanal production and occurs within a well-known regional structural zone. But our flagship project is MARUDI Mountain, which I'll be speaking on for the rest of the presentation. MARUDI Mountain is roughly 54 square kilometers land package. It's located in southern Guyana, which is the Rupununi Savanna, so it's not your typical jungle that you see in Guyana. It's rolling hills with local forested areas. In terms of our phase 1 drill highlights, we had a 50-meter intersection at 9.1 grams per ton. That's not a true width, and I will get into that why that is important. But we also have a historical resource estimate at MARUDI Mountain, which is 350,000 ounces. Here we have the property outline of the MARUDI Mountain project with the first magnetic vertical derivative overlaid. What's interesting about this data is that it was actually flown after the previous operators had drilled. So this is the first time that magnetics have been used to interpret data on this property, and we've seen significant success using this model. We have developed 6 new additional projects or prospects on the property. All have high-grade gold at surface and are located, and the gold is hosted by a distinctive unit that is recognized at Mazoa Hill, which has that historic resource of 350,000 ounces. In terms of catalysts and near-term catalysts moving forward, we still have yet to release 12 drill holes from our phase 2 drill program. That drill program was 3,100 meters, which we hope to release in the coming weeks. And we have those 6 additional drill-ready targets in yellow that we will be drilling in Q3 and Q4. And we do have an updated resource or expected in Q4 of 2022. Reviewing our phase 1 drill highlights that we drilled in 2021, we had 43 meters at 1.39 grams per ton gold, 9.75 meters at 11.89 grams per ton gold, 13 meters at 2.17 grams per ton gold, and that 50-meter intersection at 9.1 grams per ton gold. We recognize that it is not a true thickness, and this is important when looking at how we have approached exploration coming into phase 2. So phase 1 targeted the orange dot there, which was the orange outline there, which was the mineralization highlighted by previous operators. So we came from the west in an attempt to drill a true width on mineralization. But what we ended up doing was actually drilling down the guts of the system, which was great for us, considering that the QMC is now folded at depth and open along depth and laterally. But so in phase 2, we've come from the east, and we have released that preliminary intersection at 33 meters at 3.45 grams per ton, which is likely a little more indicative of the true width of the mineralized system. So we do have 12 drill holes outstanding to date, and we will be publishing the results in the coming weeks, but really those drill holes will test the depth extension both laterally and further down the QMC, that quartz metachert that distinctly hosts gold at the MARUDI Mountain property. In terms of how we approach exploration and where we stand to date, Mazoa Hill is at the top of that pyramid. We are going through resource validation and expansion as we move forward, but we do have several drill-ready targets in this discovery phase, which we will be drilling into Q3 and Q4. Kimberley, Throne, and Success Creek at the bottom of the pyramid are important. We just released trenching results in April. All yielded high-grade gold at surface, and we will be moving those into drill phase in Q3. But as well, our boots on the ground exploration will continue throughout the year. We will continue trenching, and as we discover new prospects, we will be moving them up the pyramid in an iterative fashion as to use shareholder money appropriately. In terms of our growth strategy into the future, we hope to expand, we hope to explore, and we hope to grow. We hope to expand the resource at Mazoa Hill and MARUDI North, and we hope to expand and consolidate resources across the property. In terms of generating drill targets, we do have those 6 drill-ready targets that we will continue to drill, but we will continue to explore driving those new targets up that pyramid and continue to drill them into the future. As well as in Q3 and Q4, we will be undergoing our preliminary exploration program at Arikaka and Fish Creek as well. But really what we hope to do is grow our market cap and grow our land position in the country through acquiring additional projects, acquisitions, and joint ventures, and strategic in-country alliances in a hope to consolidate a regional belt play. And really what this is hinged on is Mr. Shields, he is Guyanese and he is living in Georgetown, so he really does allow us to be a Guyanese company operating in Guyana, not a Canadian company operating abroad. And he has been navigating the political and cultural landscape of Guyana for the past 40 years, and we believe that we can really leverage his in-country knowledge to make things happen on the ground in the country. Thank you for your time today. If you have any questions, please feel free to talk to me, and if not, well, I hope to share a beer with you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Colin. We have time for questions because you were very fast.
Yeah.
Only 8 minutes, so.
Fair enough. I'm used to one-to-one at London, which is 10 minutes, exactly.
Okay, any questions? Okay, you will be here the whole day,
Absolutely.
I think? Okay, so if you have questions later. Oh, we have one question.
What's the access like to the property? Is it good road access? Is it fairly remote?
Yeah, that's a great question. Our property, it does have road access, year-round exploration potential. As I said, we are in the Rupununi Savanna, so it doesn't get quite the dramatic rains that you get in the north in the rainforest. So we do have year-round access and road access. We're about eight hours from the capital of Georgetown, but there is a community called Eshaltan, which is 3 hours from our project that has an airstrip that we fly to.
Is there rail in the area?
No, there is not rail in the area. However, there have been discussions with Brazil about providing an economic corridor from Boa Vista, which is in the Roraima province, through Guyana to provide access to the Atlantic coast. We're listed on the CSE.
Another question?
What's the permitting process again?
Yeah, so the permitting process is favorable for mining. I'd be free to talk about it in more detail after the presentation. But the interesting thing about Guyana is their exploration permits. They have both small, medium, and large-scale permits that differ. So small and medium permits can only be owned by Guyanese, and they're also subdivided based on exploration and mining. So actually, in the south, we've re-permitted our project from a mining permit to an exploration permit, so it's reset the license, so we're good to go for another 5 years.